Ladies and gentlemen, all you beautiful people out there, welcome to the greatest podcast, the Anti-George Carlin podcast. A little fedora tab for the Anti-George Carlin podcast. And if you're like, dude, enough already with these intros, I get it. The reason I do the intros is for you. I want to be creative. I want to be a little bit unique and have a cool intro. But let's face it, man, the way I feel about it is intros are like the foreplay of the podcast world. And I could do without it, to be honest. And especially when I had a super eventful weekend, I want to dive right in because I'm excited. This podcast to me is a special one because on Friday, I got my first Don't Tell comedy show. And don't you dare tell anyone about this. If you don't know what Don't Tell comedy shows are, it's not like that. A Don't Tell comedy show, it's essentially a secret show. And they don't tell the audience until a couple days before. So it's kind of secret. And it's way cooler than like some shows I mentioned in the past that are super exploitive and they exploit younger comics. Don't Tell is 100% legit. Great. They're great shows and they're selling out across the country. This one sold out. It was packed. It was my first real show. And Tyler Rothrock, if you don't know, it's a comedian in the Northeast, a very popular comedian in the Northeast. He asked me to do it last week. And I was so grateful. Man, and if you don't know who he is, you will. He's going to blow up. I have an intuition about just things that are good. I have a really good intuition. He's going to blow up. And in fact, he's taping his first special, I think, June 28th. So Tyler Rothrock, oh man, I'm so grateful. And he's also from Nazareth. How cool is that? We were the only two comedians that I know of from the town of Nazareth. So I did do well, and I was so grateful. The audience was amazing. And it was at Pat's Pizzeria in Bethlehem. It's a great Italian restaurant. And to accommodate all the people, because these Don't Tell comedy shows are huge, they set up a tent stage in the parking lot. Which, I think that's why I felt so comfortable. Because from ninth grade to senior year, I essentially lived in a parking lot. Every day, like clockwork. After school, I go burn one down with my boys and, talk smack, have fun, play basketball. We play taps for money, man. It was all good. So it's a great show. And here's a true story that happened literally 30 minutes before I got to the Don't Tell comedy show. If you ever got evidence back from a police station, you didn't commit the crime, someone committed a crime against you, you get evidence back, and it's like the movies. For real, this is what it looks like. And this is right before the Don't Tell comedy show. So I drive to the police station, and I pick up my evidence, right? 100% sure, I'm not making this up one iota. So it's 6 weeks ago, I got cash back at Giant, of all. That's a name of a grocery store in Pennsylvania, Giant. All the grocery store names are so... Food Lion. That's one of them. When I was in Los Angeles, it was Ralph's. Ralph's? Come on, dude. At least, it's crazy. Ralph's? When I heard that, I laughed out loud. I LOL, dude. When they said, we're going to Ralph's? Okay. And there's one in Florida. Publix. I think. No, it's Publix. It's Publix, ladies and gentlemen. My point... kind of like the intros, it's all dumb. All the grocery store names are dumb. So anyways, I was at Giant 6 weeks ago. I was getting cash back. And it was $40. No big deal. And I turn around and I'm talking to an employee. Maybe 20 seconds, literally. I turn back around and the $40 is missing. It's gone. I'm like, what is in my pocket? What's going on? Lo and behold, I couldn't see the footage at the Giant. They the security footage. Only employees can, and they called the cops, and it was their protocol that a cop comes. I did a report, the whole thing, and the cops listen, man, do you want to like press charges? And I was so busy. I was like, dude, I'll probably just end up doing OnlyFans tonight. Now I'm playing. I'm like, dude, I'm busy. Although $40 is a lot. I'm a struggling comic, people. That's why I'm so emotional about Tyler Rothrock asking me to do the Don't Tell, because it was like the first legit show, man. Like, it just means so much to me. So I was like so grateful. Don't Tell, so grateful for them. But anyways, I'm like, dude, I'm not going to press charges. $40. This person obviously needs it more than I do. Okay, 6 weeks go by. I completely forget. And this is the day of the Don't Tell comedy show. They call me and they're, hey, we got your evidence back. You have to pick it up today or it goes into this. It's like really complicated to get back. You have to sign all this stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'll be there. It was like literally 30 minutes before. So if you ever got evidence back, it's like the movies. This is what it looks like. It's a manila folder that says evidence. And there's nothing of, yeah. So I get the $40 back in this, and I asked the police officer, I'm like, so who ended up stealing the money? And he proceeds to tell me it was an 80-year-old, an 80-year-old woman with dementia. What? I mean, how the universe, God is a comedian, dude. I was cracking up. I'm like, what? I told the cop that I'm like, is there any way, like, okay, I'm not gonna press charges, obviously, but is there like a legal way she can adopt me and be my new mom, and we'll go to the Giant and Food Line, Ralph's, and she has a scheme that I don't know about. Can I join in? I live in parking lots. I'm kidding. Wow. So that was weird. That was a weird occurrence. And then obviously the Don't Tell show is amazing. You really have, if you haven't gone to a Don't Tell comedy show, man, I was blown away. I'll put a little picture right here. That's what it looks like. And there's the Don't Tell comedy show sign right next to you. And I did some music, some stand up, and yeah, so I'm in a good spot. Then we went, I have an RV. If people just started listening recently, like, I started comedy after my older brother died of a fentanyl overdose. And I'm like, screw it, dude. I'm going, and I know I'm funny. I'll figure it out. And I bought an RV. I sold my house, bought an RV, and I went all the way down to Austin, Texas. And I'm like, I was so insane. I'm like, I'm this good. And I don't even have any material. I had like no material. All I had was some funny songs, and I'm there for a little bit, and then I had to come back. So like, I love comedy so much. So to have that show, it's like, I'll shut up about this. So anyways, I still have my RV. I still have my RV, right? And I don't use it in the winter, obviously in Pennsylvania, because it's freezing, and it's way more fun to have an RV in the summer. So we just took it out this weekend at a lake, and what's something funny from that? I got back today. There's a DVD player in the RV, right? The Quantum, the 2019 F450 Godzilla. That's the new Ford engines. I'm a Ford guy and a Carhartt man. So we're having a good time. Luckily the engine starts right up. There's multiple batteries. They have hydraulic jacks that come down, and then one slide, and it's huge, right? And there's three flat screen TVs, and one's even outside. So when you have like a fire going, you can watch something. So the DVD she brought was What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And it's like a 90s movie. And I had, the flat screen in the bedroom, the one like near the cabin, like where you drive. And the one I was going outside too, that I didn't know about. So people were passing by and just watching these people are watching who's eating Gilbert Grape. It's the movie where Leonardo DiCaprio has like Down syndrome, Johnny Depp's in it. But we didn't actually get the freaking watch it. Other things came up. We were at a lake, went swimming, had some great food. So the RV is now broken in. I'm ready to go, baby. It's way better than staying in hotels too, because I've done comedy across the country and hotels kind of stink. And the coolest would be like if you could get some of your friends to, you would take all that room and board money instead of spending it on like a hotel. You now have a very comfortable place for multiple people to sleep in. I think my RV sleeps 8 people, but you get to save a lot more money, and you're not bugged. You get to be in the wilderness. You get to have fires every night. And I never thought I would be doing podcasts, right? That's why I do them solo now. I had women on in the beginning. I will have Tyler Rothrock on, and I asked him like a little schoolgirl. Oh, well, you do. I want to talk about your special. He's like, yeah. He's like, dude, I'll do it. He's the coolest. He's literally the coolest because this became evident to me very early on. There's a lot of comics, especially in Austin, Texas, that talk trash on other comics instead of getting funnier. And they do this with other people, so they get gigs. They're like, yeah, I mean, that person's not even funny. I saw him bomb. And it's a complete lie. That's how gross this industry is. Tyler Rothrock, he's the coolest. He really is. How you know that is when you talk to other people that are in the small comedy world and they all say good things about that individual. So that's another part of this intuition I have. Like, he's going to blow up. So you just know things. Anyways, I am really stoked to have... I'm totally stoked. Is that even a saying? In the 90s it was. After you watched like Johnny Tsunami. That made it popular. But rip me in the comments, dude. I don't care. I got this the other day. You said what in the comments? You commented on whose page, dude? Are you insane? Maybe, but I think it's totally more weird that you give legitimacy to the most poisonous social media companies in the world. How are comments? That's not acceptable, but the crazy AI, almost robotic, soulless social media company, they're fine. It's not. And now I'm talking about a comment that someone else commented on my comment. And pretty soon there's going to be a comment on a comment on a comment for my comment. I'm not doing that, folks. Enough with the comments. I'll say and do whatever I want. That's that. It's YouTube. That's why. Do you need a further explanation about comments? It's Instagram. It's YouTube. Who cares, dude? Like, seriously. It's soulless anyways. I value face-to-face interactions, which leads me to a perfect segue. When I first started the podcast, the greatest podcast going, the anti-George Carlin podcast, I guess I had contempt prior to investigation. I didn't know that it was going to help me with stand-up. And I don't care if it's 5%, 10%. I need all the help I can get, folks. I was living in parking lots. Come on, folks. So I really do need all the help I can get. So I don't care if it's 5%, that you kind of gain some sort of awareness on stage. And there's for sure, doing podcasts, there is a translation to stage time, but it's small. I don't care. I don't care if it was one iota. I'm taking it because you guys, you already know how I feel about comedy. I'll take whatever I can get. And I need all the help I can get. So I do have an intuition that Tyler is going to blow up. So after his special, so I had an idea to literally blow stuff up. How about some Tannerite explosive targets, bro? Come over. We'll get the shotgun shells out, dude, and we'll shoot at some explosive targets, and then we'll get into the podcast. But I remember thinking, like, contempt prior to investigation. 2 dudes talking to each other, no women. It's like some 50-year-old man, and across from him is another 50-year-old man, and now they're talking about other people who aren't in the room. That's called gossip, dude. That's a podcast. That's what I thought it was. I didn't know that it could translate into stage time. But anyways, I really had no plans of doing this podcast. So I'm so grateful for all the listeners out there. And I guarantee you the podcast we're going to do is going to be insane. I'm starting to develop a better work ethic. That's what I think really hurt me early on in stand-up. I want to write a lot. And this next podcast, I want to come prepared. We grew up in the same town, right? And it's so far out of left field to go into comedy, let alone beat him. So I respect him. Like, he's put the grind in, and I really look up to him. So I'm grateful to have him on. That's all I'm saying. I had women like Kate, one of my friends. She's the best. But other than that, I really didn't. I had my friend Michael Schneeweiss, Pat the Bunny's brother. I had him on. Like some friends I have, but solo podcasts, this is way harder. Imagine Joe Rogan obviously could do it, but it's way easier. This is all I'm saying. It's way easier to have guests because like the dead air, you can fill in. And I wanted to get more comfortable with that. I wanted to get more comfortable with like recalling information in real time. Like when you're on stage and something weird happens and you have to address it, right? You can't just deny reality while you're on stage. You have to literally confront it in real time. And this helped with that. I think word recall too. So I don't know. In 2025, you kind of have to have a more exciting podcast. That's why I do it kind of solo. It helps me on stage. But I think my first thought, because I was so ignorant to what a podcast was, my first thought was like, maybe I'll do a campfire podcast, like, just hanging out, like a live stream sort of around like a campfire, maybe a hunting camp with like really funny people, or a fishing trip. And I wanted to do some sort of reality, right? Because two old white dudes sitting across from each other is really inorganic. It's not real. And then you can pick up on like, oh, that person is like he's doing a bit. This isn't naturally occurring. And that's the problem with, I don't write anything down. This is all, I feel like I'm on stage sometimes when I'm doing these podcasts. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, guys. What do you think about podcasts? Comment on my comment, and maybe I'll comment on your comment, and we'll all say some more comments. Comments forever, dude, in this soulless AI multiverse. What is going on with comments, dude? I don't know, man. It's YouTube. Who cares, dude? It's a comment. You don't even know how do you know the person's even real? How do you know I even wrote that comment? Maybe some homeless person at Giant. Not only did some 80-year-old elderly woman, not only did she snag my cash back, but she took my phone, went on my YouTube, and just started blasting people. And you all thought it was for me. So joke's on you guys. It was the 80-year-old woman with dementia. Cheers. I don't know, man. Weird world we are living in. And that's why I turned to drugs at an early age. I think that's why. I gave up hope. I'm like, how do I make my heart stop? Like, how do I make this just stop, dude? And I found it. I found downers, and I started mixing uppers and downers. Next thing you know, I'm shooting crack. Yes, you heard that right. Crack. Insane. I know. Look, God writes straight with crooked lines. I'll just say that. Whatever that means to you. But sometimes in life, I had to get off the path in order to get back on. Maybe it's 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 8 steps back, 2 steps forward. But for the most part, you're gaining some positive momentum. And God writes straight with crooked lines. I think that's what it's getting at. And I believe that is true. I used to take something called, here's a good story, like I'm on stage. So I used to take something called Colonzolam, not Klonopin, which is a benzo. Colonzolam is still a benzodiazepine. And they stopped. There was no medical use for it. And like since the 1950s, predates Quaaludes. So in the 1950s, they're like, this is just too powerful. Let's just like throw it away. And it was legal until like 2022. So if you're hearing this, officers, I don't got any that you can put in evidence. I'm happy I'm on the good receiving side of evidence these days. But clonazepam, it's measured in micrograms per liter, so that's ppb, parts per billion. And for reference, a Xanax is like 2 milligrams, right? Milligrams. So this is so, it's you can't even quantify it with your eye. That's how small it is. LSD is also measured in micrograms per liter, or ppb, and they put it on blotters. Well, guess what? That's what they do with the clonazepam. They put it on blotter sheets. And at the time, it was legal. And I took one thinking I had some sort of tolerance, right? I obviously didn't. And I blacked out for 3 days on this, and I lost everything. And the funniest part about benzos, to me, looking back, kind of recapping your night, you feel like a detective. You feel like a detective. You're putting a puzzle together. Like, what happened? Where are my shoes? What is this? Is that a con? What is going on? Why am I wearing 2 different colored socks and like this fur coat that like a pimp would wear? What is going on? You dress like really flamboyantly for some reason. It's the strangest drug to go into a blackout with, and everyone hates you when you wake up. So that's the benzo experience. But I took something more powerful than Quaaludes. So that's a real thing, man. It was called clonazepam, and I did any drug, man. You name it, I used to do it, and I really do think I gave up hope, like at an early age, which isn't cool, man. Because when you're trying to kill yourself for years, and one day you go, I want to live. What am I doing? I want to live life. It's such an interesting internal feeling that occurs. You're like, I'm hurting me. Why do I hate myself? Why am I doing this to my body? So if anyone's struggling out there, look, keep going. Keep going. That's all you got to do. Just keep going. Keep trying. That's it. I don't shame anyone that uses drugs, by the way. I had family members that kind of disowned me for using drugs at an early age. Fair weather family, if you ask me. It's drugs. Who cares? Like, I'm not doing anything to you. It's just a drug. Didn't Jesus hang around with like prostitutes and drug addicts? Shouldn't we love everybody? Come on, man. So I have no qualms with people that use drugs. But I don't think it's a fleeting. The intention may be dead on the money with drugs. Especially my intentions were anyways. I was just trying to connect, man, in a world that is almost impossible to connect in. And I was trying to connect. I was doing the best I could with the circumstances I was given. That's it, man. And it's a fleeting sense. It's a false sense of enlightenment. It's fleeting. You take a shot of Grey Goose, which this is water, but you get that ease and comfort, right? And you're just trying to connect. I don't think there's anything wrong with the intention, right? Just like with suicide. I think that the intention behind suicide is dead on the money. You knew something in you had to die. You just tried killing the wrong self. It's not the physical body. It's the thinking. It's deep. It's deep, man. So if anyone has some mental health stuff going on, love yourself, man. You're a 10 out of 10. You came in this world 10 out of 10. Nothing changes in between. And if no one told you this today, you're beautiful. You're a human being in the most significant time span in the universal history. Think about that. If you think you're just some speck, man, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's... Rumi has a quote, you're not a drop in the ocean. You are an entire ocean in a drop. Mic drop, dude. Should I mic drop there, dude? I think I will, dude. All right. Yeah, things are on the up and up for old Ross and Nazareth. So, yeah, I'm going to take a couple weeks off for mental, just taking care of my health, man. I really have to do that. And the more I'm becoming this professional comic, and a damn good one, I may add, the more I want to stick around. And comedians notoriously drink a lot and impulsively make bad decisions, and I don't want to do that. It's too much fun. It was too much. That Don't Tell comedy show was too much fun. I got home and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep for like 3 hours. Like I was that wound up. Um, so I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all you guys, and I'm grateful for Don't Tell. Everyone that is a part of that here, and uh, have an awesome day, dude. Maybe go to if you're in high school, the parking lot thing. There's my mood. That was my mood, dog. Come on, that little fedora tap.